Brothers and sisters, I need your attention. As I speak and the spiritual essence of the Most High vibrates through my soul, I know that we see the oppression and that we have defined our opposition and given it a color. Brother, you may call it the man. Sister, you may call it the system. Whatever it is, we all agree it's white. But be clear, when we make the opposition anything outside of ourselves, we begin to miss me, the spirit. I am is you, and I lives in every vessel walking this earth as the word in action.
Peace, family. Welcome back to another episode of the Poetry Corner here on L.E.A.D TV, where poets come and delve into a deep conversation about themselves and their poetry. Today's show will feature a poet that began writing poetry for his daughter, and from there has begun to expand his poetic talents in search of greater depths. Family, I introduce to you all a father, a poet, and our brother, Corey Hill. What's going on, man?
How you doing, all right? Fam? I'm good. About yourself?
I'm doing good, man. I'm glad to have you here, man, for real, for real. So we're going to go into your background a little bit. After going into your background, we're going to let everybody see your poem entitled Generational Music. And then from there, we're going to go into a breakdown of that poem. That's fine with you?
It's fine with me.
All right, so let's go ahead and get right into it. So you're a family man.
Right.
So how has your upbringing, brought about that family atmosphere for you and allowed you to, consider yourself a family man?
I would say the family is because we spent so much time together. We're such a close-knit family. We spent, a lot of time with my mom, getting to know my mom, her background, my father, going to work with my father, going to work with my mom. Seeing how they delve into their day-to-day lives and how it will pour over into my adult life as well. How she brought out our brothers, how she always made us be, take care of your brother, teach your brother, learn from your brother. And the same thing with my father. He showed us how a hardworking man is supposed to go about his adult life and is supposed to go about his day. And, combine all of that together and you can only become, a family man.
I can understand that. So tell me, how many brothers you have, and how has that relationship, helped make you a better person?
So I got two brothers. I'm the middle. I have an older brother. He's a couple of years older, and I have a younger brother who's a couple of years younger. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, we're just like step kids. Mm-hmm. In high school together, in middle school together, in elementary school together. And that relationship, built over the years. Of course, we didn't always get along. Mm-hmm. It's going to be that sibling rivalry all the time. But for the most part, we always built together, learned from each other, and taught each other.
Okay, I can understand that. And I got 5 brothers myself, so I got that relationship. I used to be the middle till the other ones came in. But, yeah, that's real good, having the brothers together and being able to build and grow. The fights, the good times, the bad times, all of that, is able to shape you. So how has, being from Noonan exactly played into your upbringing?
Being in Noonan, it's a pretty diverse place. I went to East Coweta High School, which is predominantly a white school, and that exposed me to a different culture than my own. It exposed me to something different than what I was seeing at home, and it gave me the ability to grow my character, and to see and to learn from other cultures as well. So growing up in Noonan, it played a big part in who I am today and who I want to be down the road as well.
Okay, so we know you have a daughter.
Right.
And your relationship with her is growing and is building. And how has your relationship with your brothers and how that upbringing with your brothers correlated to how you want to cultivate a relationship with her?
The relationship with my brothers and how we cultivate the relationship with my daughter is because, like, I'm my older brother. I take a lot from my older brother now, especially when I look back on things. The way he taught me and the way he instilled that hard work and that brotherly love is what I want to instill in my daughter. I want to instill that can-do attitude, that you can do anything. If possible, you can put your mind to it. You can do it.
Right.
My brother always taught me that, and I always taught my younger brother that as well. So it just trickled down, and I want that to trickle down from my brotherly relationship to trickle down to my daughter's relationship. That you're a queen, as they would say to me, you're a king. You're a queen. You can do anything you put your mind to. You never say can't.
Right.
So that's how it trickled down.
Okay. Now, you say you began writing poetry because of your daughter.
Right.
So elaborate on that for us.
So a lot of the things that's going on, with the police brutality and things of that nature, I began to think, how did my family feel? How did my mother feel? Because these things have been going on for generation and generation. Mm-hmm. I never known, and at that time you would have never known to ask that question. So what I wanted to do, I'm putting together a book for my daughter, specifically on how I feel about those things told in poetic terms.
Okay.
So really wanted to tell how I felt about police brutality, how I feel, when I get pulled over by a police officer, like what's going on in my head. And I want my daughter to understand how I felt at that time. So even if she never thought to ask that question, it's out there for her to know.
Okay. Now that's interesting. Now on another note, you're college educated.
Right.
How has being a college graduate influenced your life, and how important is it for the youth to understand, especially our younger brothers and sisters, that a college education is important?
What a college education has done for me, I want to say in certain communities, we only see that it's certain ways to get out or to become a better person or to become more financially stable. It expressed to me and it showed me that there are so many more avenues that we can, that our kids and our families can take to take their financial freedom and bring it back to the community and to learn more and to better yourselves. So, it's taught me that, there's engineers out there, music, infrastructure engineers, sanitation engineers and things of that nature. It's such a big world, but we'll only see in a couple streets of it.
Right.
So that is what the college experience brought to me.
I'm human. I'm a creator. I'm a mother. I'm beautiful. I could be you, but I have epilepsy. Do you look at me different now? Epilepsy lives matter.
Make sure that you come back to your community with the knowledge and that experience.
Community, you're thinking about what your community is losing. They're using that wealth of knowledge. They're losing that opportunity for financial stability. So you got to think about your community in a sense. Like you're a product of your community, and your community pushed you out to college, and you got to bring all of those wonderful things that you learned in that college experience. You have to bring it back to those who might have not attended college and things of that nature. Bring it back to the elders to better your community, to move your community forward in a sense.
Now, devil's advocate. Now, you go off to college, product of your community, but most people say there's no opportunity in the community. There's no jobs in the community for me to be able to use my degree. What would you say to somebody who says that?
Create opportunity. Because you have to create opportunity for those people who's coming up. So for the people who's not going to go to college, you have to create that opportunity. Start your own business, you know what I mean? And, you can dial from other communities that done so. You can take Harlem and some of the small cities and towns of Atlanta where the black, I would say talented 10th, who's went out and went to those colleges and brought back that community, that education to their community, and they educated their community, which uplifted their community. Right. So what I would say to them, you got to create opportunity, and you got to. It may take time, but time it will definitely be.
Okay, so how has not necessarily the college education, but the college experience contributed to your maturation into manhood?
Oh, wow. It's a lot of things. I mean, coming from, being apart from your parents, being that freedom and independence that you just have from your parents. And, it was a learning experience because I did a lot of things that, I wouldn't be doing today, but I had to learn it for myself. My father, he set me down. He was like, Cora, these are the things that you're going to come upon. You know what I'm saying? And I can't express to you enough the good decision that you need to make. But, you have to learn and experience it for yourself and move on as a man. And those experiences has affected me tremendously, because a lot of the times I failed at some of the things that I did. However, I picked myself up and I continued to move on. So that experience that I talk, because being out by yourself, having to make things happen for yourself, by yourself, it will definitely push you forward. So you don't have the ability to go back, well, let me see if my parents can help me out with this. No, you have to do it on your own, and you have to move forward on your own. It sets you apart from a portion of people who have that ability to go back and, lean on their parents. Well, we didn't have that opportunity to. Right. I know there may be some drawbacks from that. However, there are a lot of experiences that you can gain to move forward and be great experiences for you.
That's wonderful. It is very important that we educate ourselves and strive to accumulate knowledge itself to empower not only ourselves, but our families, our culture, and nation. Without seeking knowledge itself, I may not have been able to be in the right frame of mind to create this platform that you all are witnessing at this moment. Think about that. We will see a poem from Corey entitled Generational Music after these messages. Welcome to Name This Poet. Which of the following poets has keys to more than 24 American cities, including New York, Miami, Los Angeles, and New Orleans? Is it A, Nikki Giovanni, B, Rita Dove, or C, Alice Walker? The answer is A, Nikki Giovanni. Nikki Giovanni has also won 7 NAACP Image Awards for love poems, For All the Changes, Quitting the Black Eyed Pea, and Hip Hop Speaks to Children, just to name a few. Stay tuned for more of Name This Poet.
Still again we play a disenfranchised orchestra marching to the tempo set by our forefathers and mothers. This regal sheet of music so ever etched in the ways of our faith exudes this sound of freedom that permeates through blockades to tenure melody in our hearts. A crescendo of life bursting from ink and parchment like ship horns on an eerie morning in still waters. Those tangible lyrics rise above the clouds of persecution broadcast by one voices, strengthened by the ever-present collective, clenching hope and guarding freedom for a glimpse of euphoric justice.
That was a poem written and performed by Corey Hill entitled Generational Music. The way that Corey has used musical notes to represent life is very cosmic. If you are aware that on a cosmic level, the motion of the planets is known as the music of the spheres. Corey, what went into the creation of the poem titled Generational Music?
Been passed down from generation to generation. So I use music to advocate as for voices, that their struggle that's been passed down from like I said, generation to generation. All of that went into producing this poem.
Okay, now explain further your analogy where you correlated the notes to love, freedom, and justice.
Music is free. Music is love. Music is everything to me. Mm-hmm. And music should be that to others. Mm-hmm. So, you have love songs, notes that are produced that are just cosmic love, notes that are produced that make you feel free. Those notes or what we need to put and what has been put into our voices of love, voices of freedom, voices of reason. That's the correlation that I tried to put between music, notes, love, freedom, voices of reason, and things of that nature.
Okay, now this poem, is this a poem that you might decide to actually include in the book that you're writing that you want to pass to your daughter?
Yeah, I will definitely include this poem in that, because I feel like it's a crown being handed down. So that's something that I want to hand down to my daughter as well.
Now, do you have any other examples that you can provide that helps further explain how these musical notes that you were referring to in your poem can be related to the Black experience?
Yes. The things that happen to our parents seem to be happening today. The police brutality that happened to our parents is still happening today. They are handing down that crown, say, hey, I've did this. This is my struggle. This is the things that I've done to further our people. This is what you have to do. This is what you will endure. How will you carry this crown, and how will you move forward? That I think it definitely correlates with the poem, because the struggle is an enduring. It's it's not a sprint. It's a marathon that we'd have to endure, and they're just passing the baton to us and how we're going to move forward. That's why like how music is always going. There's no stop. There's no end, because you can say, well, a song does end. A song never ends in your mind, because you're forever replaying it.
That is true.
You're forever replaying it. So I think that endurance of a song, that endurance, that longevity it directly correlates with our battle, with our struggle.
Okay. Now, if you had to choose a song to represent our experience at this point in time, what would it be?
It would definitely be the song "Glory" from Selma. Such a beautiful song by John Legend and Common, but it strives to say that one day, meaning that it's not today. We know we still have a battle to fight, but one day, we're going to experience that justice, that freedom that everybody else experiences. Those rights. They don't, not that something from a hidden veil, like we think we have it, but we really don't. We will experience that true freedom, white, blind, black, blue, green, yellow freedom, where everybody is free and we can express ourselves to be.
Right.
So.
Okay. Now, define for us what you mean by euphoric justice.
Euphoric justice is definitely, we can go back to that song "Glory." Euphoric justice is that one day where we do receive that freedom, where we can go outside and just be free, and we don't have to worry about, why is he playing with him, or, oh, he has a different religion, so there must be something different. We're not using so many departments or so many things to stereotype people. That's that euphoric justice, where we can just come and be, be people and not be clans, be a group together and not many. That is euphoric justice, where family is family and family is everybody.
Now, devil's advocate. Sometimes people, especially when you're talking about freedom, and then you use the word justice and combine with that, especially, and I guess you could say a white supremacist society, right?
Right.
The term retribution may come up in terms of justice, right? Somebody serving justice to another, or one instance serving justice to another instance. So where would retribution in your euphoric justice play, or does it have a place at all?
It does not have a place at all. Because if you want to have euphoric justice, retribution can't be allowed. Retribution is out of anger and not in of love. Justice is in of love. You're going to receive your due process. Retribution is not. That is straight out of hate, and that cannot be allowed if you want euphoric justice. Euphoric justice is the acceptance of everything, even the acceptance of things in the past, and you have to move on. So retribution cannot be a part of euphoric justice.
Okay. Now, last question. You got the poem, generational music. Your daughter gets the book. She reads it. She comes to you and she says, what does this poem have to do with me? What would you tell her?
I would tell her, I'm handing you a crown. I'm handing you my struggle. Because I fought my fight and I'm weary. You of youth, you have energy and vigor. Will you continue to push on? Will you continue to fight that battle so we can one day find that euphoric justice?
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. As you can all see, the poets that we have on this show all represent our experiences from different points of view, but through our cultural expression of poetry, we can relate to each other, giving ourselves a platform to begin to rebuild ourselves and our nation. There has been so much covered that I would like Corey to speak to the youth and let them know why this generation's music should focus on empowerment and upliftment.
I feel like the reason why this generation of music should focus on, like you say, empowerment, and I think it needs to focus on that because it can show the youth what we can be. I understand that there's trap music and things of that nature because we're products of our environment. However, they do need to see the other side, the ladder, who we can be. I think is very uplifting so they can pass that music down to their children and the things of that nature.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Hi, I'm Dr. Bates of Journey Family Chiropractic. Here at our office, we use a whole self approach to your care. What that means is we use chiropractic care, nutrition, and exercise. With this, it creates a healthy body, spirit, and mind. Here at Journey Family Chiropractic, our goal is to help you accomplish a quality state of health. At Journey Family Chiropractic, I see a range of different people, but I specialize in the care of women and children. As a woman and a mom, I know the problems women endure, from pregnancy to difficulty losing weight. With chiropractic care, we allow the body to heal itself with what is called adjustments. Journey Family Chiropractic can help you reach your full potential, so book your appointment today. You can get 50% off your first visit. Call 678-333-7919 or visit our website at www.journeyfamilychiro.com.
Today has been the manifestation of intriguing information, from getting a glimpse into Corey's relationship with his brothers to the love of his daughter and the building of a wonderful relationship. Creativity at its finest was witnessed as we close. Corey, can you tell the people how you can be reached for booking?
You can reach me at corey.dhill@yahoo.com. Reach me at any time. I check my email all the time. Ready to be booked.
Okay. So how can that family contact you or follow you on social media?
You can reach me on Instagram and Twitter. Call me _T'Challa. That's again, call me _T'Challa, and that's on YouTube and Twitter. And on Facebook, you can find me by my email, corey.dhill@yahoo.com.
All right. So, Corey, we here at L.E.A.D Media LLC, L.E.A.D TV, and the Poetry Corner. Thank you for speaking with us. We look forward to seeing your progress as you progress along your journey as a poet.
Thank you, brother.
I appreciate it, man. So, not only that, but the experiences that you and your daughter will have together is truly one that we all wish to one day be able to see how much you all have grown together. Family, we hope that you have enjoyed episode 5 of the Poetry Corner. Make sure that you all stay tuned for more episodes. Tell a friend and tell that friend to tell a friend about the Poetry Corner and to subscribe to L.E.A.D TV on YouTube. I am Jabe. Follow me on Instagram at JAABEY_third eye and follow L.E.A.D Media LLC on Instagram at L.E.A.D Media Company. Family, we leave you in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Peace.